The Dewalt DW735 is the king of benchtop and hobby planer, but recently a new challenger has entered the market, the Oliver 10055. Well, obviously this is not a comparison video because I don't have the Oliver. That thing costs 1,800 Freedom dollars or around 2,500 Maple dollars. I ain't got money for that, but I want it. So in this video, I'm going to upgrade my DW735 to compete with the Oliver for less money. Let's go! We're trying to upgrade the Dewalt for less money than the Oliver, so we gotta know our upgrade budget. At the time of this video, the DW735 costs $660 at Home Depot. The Oliver costs a staggering $1,869. So that brings us to upgrade budget of $1,209, which is a quite healthy budget. I don't have first-hand experience with the Oliver, but I do have access to YouTube. So I watched a comparison video from John Cesaro of Lincoln Street Woodwork, and here are the differences between the DW735 and the Oliver. The Oliver has helical head, and also they redesigned the dust chute, which fixes my biggest complaint with the Dewalt DW735. It's really loud, which the helical head would help, and also it has terrible placement for the dust chute. The Oliver also comes with some quality of life improvement, a better auto-fit roller, a digital readout, and also material roller on top of the planer. The Oliver also comes with 220 volt, 2.5 horsepower motor, which I don't know if that's actually an improvement because if you have multiple 220 volt in your garage, you probably have enough space for a standalone planer. The Oliver is also a 15-inch planer, which makes it 2-inch wider than the Dewalt. We're going to start with helical head upgrade, which didn't make sense a few years ago because helical head used to cost more than the planer itself. But now, due to globalization, China, we have economical options, which is what I'm going to show you guys. For this project, we're going to use helical head from FindBuyTool. At $250, I think this is the best bang for your buck helical head upgrade in the market for DW735. Just as a side note, I bought this with my own money. This video is not sponsored, but the link that you see down below is affiliate link. FindBuyTool claimed these 4 benefits, but I only care about noise reduction. I don't really care about the others. Other than to video measure sound using sound meter app or a sound decibel meter device, which makes no sense for me because I don't know what 50 decibel or 100 decibel sounds like, and probably neither does 99% of you. So I'm going to do this a little bit differently. I'm going to use unedited sound of my second camera right there in 3 different positions. So you've been warned, it's going to be pretty loud. Turn down your volume if needed, but you'll be able to hear the difference. First, we're going to record right next to the planer because that's where you stand when you're planing. Next, we're going to move the camera about 6 feet away because if you have someone else in your shop, that's probably how far they stand. And last, I'm going to move the camera to the end of my driveway because I kind of want to know how annoying this planer is for my neighbor. And now, let's hear the result. Now that we have that baseline, we're ready to install the helical head. So I installed the helical head. It wasn't too hard, it was just really tedious. And I guess what's left is just for us to test whether it's reduced the noise or not. Again, quick warning, it's going to be loud. I'm going to do the same test and I'll give you guys the comparison. I reviewed the footage last night and the result was a lot better than I expected. You can totally tell the difference between helical head and the straight knife, especially from the far angle. Heck, even in real life, I can tell the difference when I'm wearing hearing protection. The helical head is a lot more pleasant, if that makes sense. There's a lot less screeching compared to the straight knives. And also the result is buttery smooth. Oh yeah, so smooth. That was a great upgrade. We managed to reduce the noise and get slightly better results, so on to the next upgrade. Next, let's take a look at this dust port. The planer comes with this adapter. It is not a bad adapter except that it's really bulky, so when you install it, you can't really close the outfit table. And it's also in the way of the material coming out of the planer. The Oliver fixed this by making the exhaust integrated to the cover and then direct the exhaust to one side. Now, we cannot redesign the whole cover for this planer because it has safety feature built in into the cover that prevents the planer to work when the cover is off. So I just decided to go into the internet and 3D print this 45 degrees angle adapter. The 45 degrees adapter is not bad, but I'm not a big fan since it's still hanging over the outfit table. So I printed out the 90 degrees adapter, and I think this will work better. I should have done this from the beginning, but hey, you live and learn. Let's give this a try and see if this is better. Oh yeah, that's so much better. So I think we'll stick with the 90 degrees one. I wonder what I should do with this. For those of you with eagle eye, I know that this adapter is still bulky and gets in the way of closing the outfit table. So I present to you this dollar store bungee cord. Simple solution to close the outfit table. Let's put the cost of this bungee cord into the upgrade cost. This thing costs $2 at the dollar store because apparently even dollar store is not immune to inflation. I also printed a couple more quality of life upgrades. The first one is this cable bracket. The second one is this stubby knob, because sometimes short and stubby is better than long and thin. It also saves a little bit of space. The 3D printed parts are pretty amazing, but the question is how much do they really cost? If you already own a 3D printer, the filament cost is really right next to nothing. But what if you don't own a 3D printer? Well, you can go buy one and add the 3D printer price into the upgrade cost, but that's just being nitpicky, right? Because that's just another tool. Or you can go to Facebook Marketplace and find a 3D printing service in your area, and those upgrades probably will cost you, I don't know, I'll say $50. Let's put a value of $50 if you pay someone to print it for you into the upgrade cost. The two upgrades that we did are pretty good, but I want to do one more. Let's upgrade the sorry excuse of thickness gauge. The most common upgrade for this thickness gauge is to install digital readout. And there are two brands in the market, Wixie and iGaging. But because I'm a glutton for punishment, and I thought it will be better for content, instead of buying a ready-made solution, I get myself this. This is a generic digital readout. The Wixie and the other brand, iGaging, I guess, they're both in essence are digital readout. Digital readout consists of three things: the screen, the carriage, and I guess you call this the rail. So the way it works is wherever this carriage moves, it will calculate how much distance it travels across the rail. The rail will be hang here somehow, and the carriage will be screwed into where the pointer used to be. Now this DRO comes with 3 brackets, but obviously these brackets don't work. So I guess I'll just 3D print a bracket that will fit in here. All right, now that these are off, I think I can use this for my measurement. Let's go to the computer. And with the power of editing, here are the brackets that I designed and printed. They look simple, but because I suck at this, I spent way too much filament for prototyping. These work with the generic DRO that I bought. I'm going to put the STL link down below, but there's no guarantee that it will fit with all generic DRO out in the market, so use it at your own risk. I managed to install the generic DRO, and this is what I'm gonna tell you guys. It's not worth it. At the time of the recording, this generic DRO cost $27 on Amazon, while the cheapest iGaging costs about $45. So for a little bit over $20, you get a better made DRO. I'll put the link for both of them so you guys can make your own decision, but save the headache, pay the $45, and get the iGaging one. I finished all the upgrades that I want to do, and I spent around $450 for the upgrade, bringing the total with the planer to a little bit over $1,000. Do I think this upgrade worth it? Compared to the Oliver, it's worth it because you get the DW735 to be pretty close to the Oliver for a little bit over half the price. But at the time of the video, FindBuyTool and Grizzly just released their version of upgraded DW735 for around $1,000 price range. If you guys don't already have the DW735, might as well just buy one of those two. That's it for the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you do, like and subscribe. That's it for today. See you guys at next video. Bye!